So Cancer, lots of stuff going on this month. I am actually quite excited about your reading. And for some reason, I don't know why, but before I began your reading, I had all the crystals out that I felt like I needed out, but I was guided to get tanzanite. So for those of you who are into crystals and into developing your spirituality, meditation, I encourage you to look up the meaning of tanzanite. It might be beneficial to one of you who are watching this video. So I love my tanzanite. It was one of the very first crystals I ever got, and I love meditating with it. So, all right. Cancer, for some reason, I do feel the need to tell you to stop focusing on what you're perceiving to be wrong and start focusing on what is right for you. I do feel like the universe is giving you like a huge opportunity right now for you. And I think that it's your fear, and I do feel a little bit of stubbornness that is keeping you from moving forward, because I really feel like there are literally like dreams coming true for you. The ability to manifest is huge for you. And for those of you who are feeling like you have, you know, intuitive abilities, you're being called to be an intuitive healer, you know, I do want to tell you that what you believe is what you create, and that no one can harm you, and that you do have intuitive abilities. I mean, at the center of your reading, I have the High Priestess. You know, this is a woman who has ridiculously high amounts of faith and trust in her heart. And I do feel like that is something that you are being called to do right now. I feel a lot of intuitive information coming through, and a lot of intuitive signs, synchronicities, and realizations and epiphanies that are happening for you this month. And I do feel like many of you Cancers you know what you're here to do. You feel it. You wouldn't be in the video like this if you didn't. And I do feel like it's these feelings of nostalgia and love that you have for your partner, your soulmate, your divine counterpart, your divine soulmate, your twin flame, whatever it is that you want to call it. I do definitely feel like they sparked this awakening for you. You know that this is a part of your purpose. And I do want to let you know that you do need to have patience before moving forward, that everything is happening in divine order for you. And I do feel like I need to tell you to trust upon your inner knowledge for this new practical beginning to happen for you, because you can trust your intuition. Don't let the fear get in your way. I'm going to pull some clarifiers here. And I do believe, Cancer, you're actually the first one that I pulled my 1111 card out on today. And it's right next to the purpose card and the fear card. So kind of a cool little thing there that you're the only one who I've pulled this for so far while doing the readings. And I only have 2 more to do. So kind of a cool message there. Pull a clarifier on that for you. Yeah, you need to go within. You need to find your shining star. You need to meditate and not allow fear to affect you living in the energy of love. Because ultimately, like I was saying before, it's your purpose. You're being guided for a reason. Listen to that heart. And that shouldn't be too hard for you anyways. You're a water sign. And don't allow the mental anxiety to keep you from your purpose. I've got the 9 of Swords here, and this is, you know, sleepless nights, mental anxiety, keeping you up, not being able to focus, thinking that everything is awful at 2:30 in the morning type energy. And I do feel like this is in regards to what it is that you're being called to do. Don't allow that to happen. You know, I do feel the need to tell you to meditate and listen to your heart. Let those feelings of nostalgia and love guide you towards your purpose. And I believe you are. I'm seeing a lot of you, you know, paying attention to the signs and the numbers. But I do feel like the patience is running thin, and I think it's because you don't have any clarity, or you feel like you don't have any clarity. And let me tell you, one of the best ways that you can get clarity is by meditating. and asking your team for help and asking them to show you clear signs that you can understand, and listening again to where your inner guidance is taking you. I do feel like a lot of you are wanting, a new practical beginning. I feel the need to tell you not to worry about money. If you're being called to serve and you know that there's a change that needs to take place, that honestly, money will be handed to you. Your opportunities will be given to you. You need to stop worrying about it, Cancer. You've got to stop that. Once we surrender and we understand that nothing is going to grow or evolve without movement, and that it's the change that we need to make in order for the abundance to come in, you'd be shocked at how quickly it can come in, how quickly you are able to manifest for it or for you, and how money and abundance and opportunities come in the most unexpected ways. So keep that in mind. In regards to listening to your intuition, I do feel the need to tell you that you're attracted to those in your life, whether it's in a romantic or non-romantic way, that serve your higher good. And, be passionate about this new beginning that's coming your way, and be passionate about what you believe in and what you're feeling. Understand that you're feeling the things that you're feeling for a reason, and get yourself into alignment with love. Yeah, I'm quite surprised that you're feeling so torn, Cancer, because, being a water sign, you are pretty emotionally stable, and you can master your emotions. I do feel the need to tell you that, you do need to come into this love for yourself, and know that you are worthy of this new beginning, and that you are worthy of abundance and independence, and you don't need to live in fear over this new beginning. No matter how impractical things may seem to you, especially if you're being called to serve and, you're coming into what your life purpose is, because ultimately, if you're in a twin flame journey, your life purpose has been triggered. And therefore, I see the analogy of, somebody who's worked in banking their whole life, and then all of a sudden they're being called to become an intuitive healer. And they're like, wait, this isn't possible. What? This is weird. What? No, 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 no. But ultimately, that is the case. And, you need to love yourself enough to allow the creative in you to come out to begin this new journey, and put you on this path of, this woman, she's lovely. She's grounded. She's independent. She doesn't need anybody. She has no codependency in her vibration at all. She stands on her own 2 feet, and she loves herself enough to know that she's worthy of that. And I do feel like you're going to have to step into some courage, because I feel like you almost feel like you know what you want, but you can't have what you want. And I think it's because, I feel like it's these feelings of like you felt like you've been left out in the cold in the past, or you're just absolutely terrified that you're going to be left out in the cold if you allow yourself to go down this path. But in all reality, if you could just allow yourself to see this from a higher perspective and know that your soul is calling you towards your highest good, because ultimately your soul just wants what is best for you, you're going to be so much more happy with yourself. But you have to find the courage to face the fear with confidence, and know that you can make it through this. You have everything that you need to manifest what it is that you want. It's just going to take balancing, the heart. Train that mind to listen to that heart. And again, I do feel like this is in regards to money and very practical beginnings. Yeah, I feel like you're holding on to money. You're holding on to things that are no longer serving you because of fear. If you are finding yourself holding on to like old karmic relationships or codependency or holding on to your job or whatever it is that you feel like you're like, oh, I'm holding on to it, and you're clinging and clinging and clinging to it. Please remember that money is energy. And so the more you hold on to something because you're in fear of lack, the more lack you're going to attract into your life. And if you are holding on to money because you're scared that you're not going to make any money or that you're not going to manifest what it is that you need to begin this new career or this new beginning for yourself, it's absolutely not true. Those are just fears that you're having. And it's actually keeping you stuck. It's not allowing you to move forward. And I do feel the need to tell you to take pleasure in this new beginning. Allow yourself to, this can be exciting or this can be completely tumultuous for you. It's a little bit of both, but we always have a choice. We always have a choice. And I do, again, feel like ultimately you are being handed this big gift from the universe. And you might have a little bit of a tendency to be stubborn and not see what's trying to come to you, but ultimately it's to make sure that your dreams are coming true. So please try to see that. Try to see things from a higher perspective right now, Cancer. I am going to pull some really nice practical messages from the Magical Dolphins and Mermaids deck by Doreen Virtue. I absolutely love the messages in these cards. They're very practical and they seem to come just at the right time. I absolutely love these messages. So I'm going to pull those for you. Okay, so the first message I have is stay optimistic. Your dreams are coming true. Don't quit right before the miracle occurs. What I just said. Your dreams are coming true. You are being given an opportunity to manifest the life of your dreams right now. Don't be stubborn, Cancer. Listen to your heart and don't worry so much about how it's going to happen on a practical level. Just allow yourself to see the signs, the synchronicities, and follow your heart. The second message I have is friendship. Make a date to play with one or more friends. I think that's really interesting too, because I had just said, take pleasure in everything that you're doing. Allow more good to come into your life and focus more on joy. The more you can focus on joy and the more you allow yourself to just simply feel good and go with the flow, the more of that kind of energy you draw into your space. And I do feel the need for some reason to say, because this does happen during these awakenings. I just got a glimpse of, somebody being a hermit and staying in their house and crying about this journey and not necessarily knowing what the heck's going on, true awakening symptoms. But if you can pull yourself out of that a little bit and get yourself out there and go have fun and hang out with your friends and be around like-minded people, it's going to make this journey easier for you. An awakening doesn't have to be all terrible. Trust me, I know. And then the third card I have for you is make a wish. This is a magical moment. Make a wish and enjoy its manifestation. So yet again, stay optimistic. Your dreams are coming true and set your intentions. We just had the new moon energy on the 27th, and new moons are all about setting intentions for what it is that we want to attract into our lives. So if you haven't taken the moment at all yet this year to set your intentions, please do so and allow your dreams to come into fruition. Get clear about what it is that you want, Cancer. And I am going to pull 3 more cards from the Doreen Virtue Angel, Romance Angel cards. And the first one I have for you is separation. Time apart from your partner is on the horizon. So this isn't necessarily a bad thing. I feel like what I take from this card is actually, for some reason, I'm feeling the need to say separation from the ego, separation from all the thinking, separation from that which no longer serves you, getting alone, getting quiet, allowing yourself to feel everything. And if it means that you have to get away from people who are in your space and are no longer serving you, do so. Get around, like I said, get around those like-minded people, get around people who make you feel good, but also spend some time away from those who who don't. And this could definitely be a karmic situation as well. And don't focus so much on what your twin is doing. I feel the need to say that. This is about you. Second one, so very interesting. This could be the one you've already met the romantic partner you seek. So of course, if you're on a twin flame journey, divine soulmate journey, absolutely, you know, but you have to do the work in order to, you know, get to that point. And I do definitely feel the more I'm allowing myself to feel that first card, I feel like that's karmic relationships. Third one, let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. So again, this has been brought up twice now. Friendships, making sure you get around people who can support you and who are like-minded and who are on the journey, either with you via, you know, social media or just, you know, your immediate friends. But allow yourself to be guided by others and reach out for help. So I am going to pull a final outcome card for you for the month of February. And I have the Queen of Wands. This is an amazing outcome card. This is a woman who stands in her power and she creates. And I do feel the need to mention sacral chakra healing to some of you. This is a divine feminine energy. She creates the life she wants. She's a real creative. She knows what she wants. She goes after it and she allows. She's very passionate about what she believes in. And no one's going to keep her from what she wants. So amazing outcome card for you.